far as favorite racetracks, one that's always kind of been in my heart is Lake Louise, just because it is at home, and it's one of those places where it doesn't matter how bad I feel or how many days of training I missed in the summer. I just feel comfortable going back there, and I know I can perform well. Just a matter of confidence. But I just think, as far as like a classic track goes, I think definitely my favorite would be Wengen. It's one of those places that has absolutely everything. I think, the athlete coach relationship is probably one of the most important things, obviously, in sort of a team setting where you're skiing or performing on an individual level. So it's one of those things that's often tough for teams to accomplish, and I think definitely since John McBride started working with us, I think the biggest thing I've noticed is definitely, first of all, for both of us are kind of the same personality. We did all those personality tests, and we are fairly similar in our personalities. So which has helped a lot. But I think one of the most important things that he's done when he's come, after coming to our team, is he has an incredible sort of ability and a knack for communication. And it's communication is something that's important in everything, whether it's business or sports or just family relationships. And it's something that he's forced on us. It's something that he's extremely conscious of. And at the end of the day, each individual is a little bit different. And I think John's been really good because he's been able to communicate with, completely different personality types, and he's just been able to kind of communicate the same thing across the board to different people so that each person can kind of understand what's going on. And I think, for the most part, I think it's brought our team closer together and helped us work more closely as a group and really kind of complement each other's styles. And even though everyone kind of works a little bit differently, it's been something that's brought this team up, and you see it in the results. I think for me, what changed a lot over the last probably 8 years was mentally, studying courses after a number of knee injuries, and obviously those knee injuries have to happen somewhere, and a lot of them were in World Cup races early on in my career. Coming back to those races and trying to have a clear mind while inspecting, like literally for a couple of years, I went through phases where I wasn't able to visualize like 3 turns of a course without visualizing a catastrophic crash or like a blown knee or going out of the course or something like that, which is, sounds crazy, but it kind of was, because I try to memorize a course I'd be inspecting, and literally just subconsciously, almost like every third gate or every tough section, I would have to like re-visualize it about 10 or 12 times before I visualized it without crashing or without having some sort of a hiccup. And that was something obviously that nobody knows, or that I didn't really talk about, but that's something I had to struggle with for a couple of years, and it was mentally definitely exhausting because you spend more time on the course and you have to be extremely focused and obviously be able to regroup after basically seeing yourself crash in a course a couple times. And it's something that I kind of got through, and slowly through time and through better results, I kind of got over that again, and now I'm back to kind of where I started, with lots of confidence and not having to go through it a million times in my head. And but at the end of the day, it's visualization is probably one of the most important things in ski racing, and that is important. You think it's not important because you want to go as fast as you can down the mountain, but it is important, because if you don't control your speed, you're going to end up in a net or crashing or out of the course or late or whatever, making mistakes. And I think that's one of the reasons some of the best downhills in the world are kind of between the ages of sort of 30, 33, even up to 36, 37, is really a matter of experience and knowing where to control your speed and knowing how to ski smart. And really it's all a matter of risk management. And for me, that's something that I've been fairly good at in the past, but also with confidence, or a lack of confidence, I should say, you're more likely to scrub speed in places where other guys can kind of let it go or take a little bit more of that risk. So it's, it's, a lot of people think, downhill you just got to be crazy. You got to be, you're just a skier that just goes nuts, and the fastest guy down the mountain, the craziest guy wins. But I think it's far from that. It's definitely in the last 10 years, it's actually changed quite a bit to the opposite direction, where you have to be quite smart. And I'm not saying I'm smart, I'm just saying you have to be, fairly smart and able to manage risk and kind of know where to slow up and where you can really let things go. And I think it's, at the end of the day, it's the guy that can manage those things the best and take as much risk as possible without putting himself into danger of crashing or going out of the course. And it's just a matter of timing, and I think I've been really fortunate in my career. It kind of started off with my dad coaching me until I made the national team, and he was extremely hard on me. He was really strict, but I think I learned all the basics that I know, all the basics that I have, all the touch on the snow that I have now. I can contribute to his coaching. And then through the years, I think I always, I think probably Eric or some of the other guys will probably agree with me, but I think our generation, we were very lucky that we kind of went through phases that were always the right coaching style, or the right coaching kind of chemistry at that time for us. And when I was 20 or 21, I needed a coach that was kind of crazy, that was really hard on us, that was, kind of didn't really give us a lot of choices as to what we were doing, which made us tough, which made us strong, which kind of allowed us to step into the next phases of our career. And now with Jono leading our team, I think we're in a pretty amazing place where I'm pretty sure 5 years from now, I'm going to look back at this time and kind of really appreciate what Jono McBride has done for our team, just because of the communication, allowing us to be free as individuals as well, which is extremely important to me and important to athletes that are getting older.